So what do you feel like the role of social media, and because a lot of what you seem to be talking about organizing, which probably happens like on a face-to-face basis more effectively. So how do you kind of navigate where we are with social media and all of that stuff?
Okay, so before I say what I have to say, I do want to just preface that this opinion is coming from somebody who just quit their job. I was working for a social media company that was trying to make the internet a better place. So that is my perspective. So I feel very differently now about social media than I did like maybe a year ago. I'm at the point now where I'm like, social media has its place. So let it play its role. Okay. Stop trying to make it more than what it is. Like, stop trying to make it less than what it is. Like, because there are some people that they hate social media, but they'll be like, oh, it's not even that popping. Like, I don't want to have nothing to do with it. But it's like, it's literally integrated into everything I do. Like, people literally go from zero to like millions of dollars in their account because of social media. Like, it's not small. But then there are some people that will be like, no, but like, we got to make social media like more caring. Like, we got to really like find homes on this. And it's like, that's not what it's for, because when you scroll, you're getting ad. Like, it's clearly not meant for that. So let it be what it is. I think social media is a great distribution tool. I think it's the thing that we should be using to spread our message out, as to scale our message, but it's not what we should be using to build the foundation of our message. Because you're not going to get the same reaction from somebody that you could when you actually meet them. You're not going to be able to read a person as well as you would if you were in person with them. And like, I can say that as someone who like, I have been a part of many parasocial relationships that I did not ask to be in, because people really like my personality online. So like, they start to think that's my bestie. And it's like, I'm not your bestie. I'm just a girl online. Like, that's all I am. But I think because people spend so much time on social media. And I think too, there's been so much like trying to like kind of understand this thing that feels foreign but also feels exciting. Like, it almost feels, I feel like this is probably how people felt with Manifest Destiny. Like, they probably were like, oh my God, like there's a new frontier out there. I don't know what's out there, but it's interesting and I can probably get really rich off of it. But they did a lot of fucked up things too as they were trying to get out west. And I think that's what's happening with social media is the internet is a new frontier. Like, and the same systems of domination that we've been repeating in the outside world, we're doing on this app, or on these apps, excuse me. But I think that overall, it's our job to understand that like, this is its own world. And yes, you can disconnect from it. But when you do disconnect from it, it has to be with the purpose of connecting with something else. And for me, I'm connecting with people. Like, I'm actually talking to people outside of my phone. And I learn a lot. Like, I say I'm always doing field research. Like, I'm always just, what's the vibe? Like, what are people doing out here? And I really do learn a lot because, it really helps me go from the theoretical framework to actually seeing how this is playing out in real life. And also to understand that things are not as rigid as I think they are. Like, there's a lot of fluidity, a lot of nuance that like cannot fit into these cookie cutter boxes and identity markers. Like, I really have to push forward to really be a better person sometimes. I'm like, damn, like, this is weird. But that person also has a good heart. So like, what do I do about that? Like, do I just discard them? Or do I continue, feeling the vibe and seeing where it goes? So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm a little hippy dippy with it, but that's how I feel.
So I know there are a lot of like young people looking to I just saw a piece earlier today where people are like, it's so destructive, like to teenage girls, and the
Yes.
algorithms are sending them down these rabbit holes. So how do you recommend for young people that have been like, that have just come up in this
Mhm.
atmosphere, how do they engage on a personal level? Like, what are some of the things that you do, like face to face?
I think it really is like our jobs to like how make our family stronger for real. Like, I don't know, because I feel like why is your daughter going on social media trying to like build up her self-esteem? Why are you not building her self-esteem? Like, why are you not telling her she's beautiful every day? Like, why she gotta find that on social media? I don't know. Like, I just feel like for me, this when the year started, I went on a eat, pray, love journey. That's what I'm calling it. Well, I was literally traveling. I was in Puerto Rico and St. Thomas, so the Caribbean. And the first, 2 weeks I spent out there, I was living in a tent on a farm. And I felt deeply uncomfortable because I didn't have my phone, or I did have my phone, but I wasn't really using it that much. And all I really had was myself. Like I didn't have like a lot of hair. Like I took my nails off. Like I was bare. Like I was just me. And I did that on purpose because I really wanted to like learn who I am without all of that extra stuff. And once I like really pushed past the discomfort, I was able to actually sit with myself and like realize that even without this and the validation I get from this, like I'm still gonna be okay. And I think the issue is like we don't have a lot of rituals in our lives that communicate that the real world is just as exciting as the virtual world. Like I don't know, like I'm on my TikTok For You page. I have a lot of content of like seeing families like love their children really well. And sometimes I comment on the post. I'm just like, I love when parents actually like their kids because that is such a rare experience. It doesn't happen as much as I would like for it to happen. And it's really nice. I think it's really healing to my inner child to see like, wow, like this really is possible. Like you can really like enjoy life with your kid and like treat them as a fully fledged human being with their own choices and stuff like that. So I think it's like I don't want to ask teenage girls to cope by continuing to find validation on their phones. Like, but I also can't blame teenage girls for doing that. What I would say is I would say to parents and to the grown-ups in their lives, why are you not providing an experience outside of the phone that is just as alluring as the phone? Why are you not providing that experience that can communicate to your child? Like, yes, like you are loved, you are complete, and you don't need to find this validation anywhere else but yourself. So I think that's for us to consider, not for them to think about. Like they're already depressed and anxious. They got a lot of things to worry about. Yeah.
That's a really, really valid point.